This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank, we spend the season with Pinewood girls basketball. From the start in Hawaii to the emotional finish. Along the way, we'll meet the people who made it happen, all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports Report. Welcome to Oahu, Hawaii, where the Pinewood girls play this week in the Iolani Classic. It's a trip the girls have looked forward to for a long time.
It's going to be so much fun. We're all looking forward to it. We worked to make some of the money. We've been helping out some of the basketball games and football games. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. We get to go and play some great competition, but also go to Hawaii and have a lot of fun.
The Panthers will face some tough competition in the tournament, but the goal here is to have a great time, enjoy the soothing water and warm sun, and then play some basketball.
It's been pretty great. We've gotten to go to the beach and have a little bit of fun, and then we've had a couple practices, a shoot around this morning, and then practice yesterday. Still trying to stay in game mode, even though there's a lot of adventure around us.
Adventure including a hike along the coastal hills, jumping into the ocean off some rocks, and spending quality time in the hotel with the teammates.
The freshmen I'm getting to know so well, and the rest of them I spent a few years with, so I don't know, this is really family to me.
And that is the goal of this trip, to bring the players together as a team, as a family, enjoying the experience of being with each other away from home and away from school. The team can concentrate on getting to know each other and getting better together on the basketball court.
I think now we're having some fun, but once it's game time, it's game time, and we just have to get in that mindset. And we won't be at the beach for too long. We'll go back and get our rest and be prepared for the game.
Once again, they've never played a team like you before. So 1, 2, 3, compete.
The Panthers compete right from the start. Having Hannah jump wide open for a three is a bad sign for any opponent. Caitlin Leung stays hot, hitting a long corner three as the Panthers have control of this game early. The bulk of the team's lead in the game comes from defense. Clara Astrom anticipating the pass and taking it all the way with a lefty lay-in, and Pinewood leads it 11-3.
Our ball pressure is awesome. We're dominating them with the ball. Let's take advantage of that. Get some dead dribble hugs and some steals and some 2-on-1s, all right? 1, 2, 3, compete.
From there, it's all just fun. Jump throws an alley-oop pass to her fellow senior Astrom, firing up the entire team. It's 23-9 at the half. The Panthers lock it down in the fourth, giving up just 1 point in the quarter. Natasha Thompson gets the steal here and just beats the final buzzer to give the Panthers a 55-19 win.
We've had a really good couple of days here, but I think as soon as we walked in, it's kind of okay, it's time to focus and focus all our energy on this game, so yeah.
Game 2 on Friday night had the Panthers meeting the host school Iolani. The very familiar Pinewood ball movement on display early as Annika Decker hits for three to give Pinewood a 5-2 lead. On her 18th birthday, Caitlin Leung continues to contribute, driving for two for a 32-13 lead midway through the second. The Panthers' shots were falling in this game, improving over the first game of the tournament. Clara Astrom was hot for the Panthers, hitting 5 3-pointers in the game, and this game was all but over with Pinewood leading 52-28 at the half. Lots of girls get to play in the second half. Sophomore Una Jovanovic with a pretty bounce pass to freshman Valentina Sarek, and then freshman Emily Lee with another Pinewood three. The Panthers cruise to an easy win. Still, there is always room to improve.
We should have taken care of the ball better, dribbling-wise, passing-wise. There were some passes that were questionable, but the positive takeaway is that if we just keep shooting, we can hit every single three, and it was raining out there.
I want you to feel completely at ease and confident with the way we play, because they haven't played a team like you before, ever. We're going to do our thing against them.
For the Panthers, doing their thing means ball movement and three-point shots. Annika Decker getting the Panthers' first 3 points of the game. But this game belongs to Hannah Jump, the Stanford-bound senior hitting for three here, and she is just getting started. Incarnate Word from Missouri keeping the game tight throughout the first half, but after a made three-point shot, the Panthers come quickly down court with a pass to Caitlin Leung, and it's a 6-point Pinewood lead at halftime. From there, Hannah Jump takes over. A very long three here, one of 11 three-pointers made by Jump in the game. One of the best pure shooters in the country, Hannah hits here and draws the foul for a 4-point play. The Panthers play their best game of the season to win the tournament and a trophy to bring back home.
We came out with a lot of energy. We were hitting our shots, and we wanted this win. We prepared for it all day. They're a great team, number 10 ranked. So just to come out and get a win over them is just incredible. And everything we've done in the preseason to prepare for this has just been worth it.
Birthdays aren't canceled. Hope isn't quarantined, and love hasn't stopped. U.S. Bank thanks you for keeping all of our spirits strong. We've donated millions to those in need and are always here for our customers and employees.
This is the home of infinite possibilities, where we're setting a new standard of care, where the furthest innovations in medicine connect us back to the simplest forms of healing, where our world-class medical team includes you and those you love most. At Stanford Healthcare, we pride ourselves on providing every kind of care for every kind of patient.
Since 1974, there's been just one goal. One thing we work for. The pursuit binds us together and pushes us forward. One family with one mission. To win for this city. Vamos, San Jose.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Diablo Motors. Life's too short to drive a crummy car.
Go to any Pinewood practice anytime, any day, and you will see this. Hannah Jump tossing in one three-pointer after another. According to her coach, Hannah is the best shooter among any high school player in the nation.
And the numbers that she puts up in shooting drills would rival that of a professional player right now. 47 out of 53, 31 out of 35, 32 out of 36 in drills. And it's amazing. She's a machine in that situation.
But Hannah is not the best American shooter because she is not an American. Hannah was born in Great Britain and is a British citizen. Hannah has played on the British under-16 national team in the past and hopes to compete with the British team in the upcoming 2020 Olympics.
That is something I'm planning on doing. So when I go to Stanford next year, I have the opportunity to go and play for Great Britain. So I'm deciding whether to stay during the summer and try and earn more playing time here. But I think the following year I'm definitely going to go.
Hannah brings her American skills to a British team unaccustomed to playing an American style. So, which team is better, her British national squad or her Pinewood team?
Honestly, I think our Pinewood team would win.
Really?
Yes. The way they play over there is a lot different, and they're trying to adapt the United States kind of style of play, but they're not quite there. When I go over, I help kind of give a little bit of that. and the coaches have really been working with their team to try and add that to their games. But yeah, I think Pinewood would win.
Hannah has enjoyed the experience of traveling the world with the national team, but her main goal was always to play at Stanford.
Going to Stanford has always been my dream since I started playing basketball. It was, what I set. And committing to them last year and signing last week, it was just an amazing experience, and everything I'd worked for, it just come true. So, and yeah, I mean, the education that I'm going to get there is just incredible, and it's going to set me up for a lot of things in the future.
I'm always inspired by watching little kids play because it's unadulterated joy. A lot of times you guys, you play so hard, but there's too much stress. There's too much stress. Play with joy, all right?
Since this child's been alive, we've never lost a league game, but no pressure.
52 in a row. 52. The last two senior classes have never lost a game in league. Are you going to be the one to lose a game?
At 10-0, the Pinewood girls come into their first league game a confident group. The Panthers have won 2 very tough tournaments with the teams in their league not nearly as highly regarded as the teams they have beaten so far. But Sacred Heart Prep would like nothing better than to end all that. The Gators start out strong with point guard Denise Stein scoring and then dishing to Zoe Zaharias for a 6-3 lead. Coach Shepler is not happy.
We're jogging, all right? When you drive base like that, baseline drive, baseline drip. Crash react, take 2 or 3 threes, guys are just watching, all right? That's why they're up 6-3. Transition defense, no communication, no nothing. Are we better than that? Yeah. So when you play out there, you better just start playing hard, or we'll find somebody who will.
The Panthers respond with Annika Decker tossing to Clara Astrom for a long 3, and then Decker beats the shot clock buzzer with a wild shot that falls as Pinewood scores 8 straight points. It's 11-6 Pinewood. But the Gators retake the lead as Stein dishes to Scarlett Levison for 2. When Hannah Jump hits a last-second shot, the Panthers have a hard-fought 1-point lead after 1. The game plan is about to change.
It's one of those games where we're going to have to grind it. We're going to grind it. We're going to get our shots. We're not hitting our shots regularly, but they're going to go in because we're going to get them. Okay?
You got a rebound, guys.
Let's go. You got to out-battle them. They're out-hustling you.
The Panthers turn it on and begin to pull away in the second quarter. Decker's bounce pass finds Jump, who continues to play well in the paint, and when Astrom drives past her defender and scores, it's a 9-point lead. In the third, Decker drives and delivers and 1, and it's an 11-point third quarter lead. Caitlin Leung finishes the third with a last-second driving layup, and the Panthers are on their way. Pinewood extends its lead in the fourth. Decker with 3 of her 16 points. Jump led all scorers with 17.
Every game we have to play our best up to our level every night. We can't play, down. We have to play up and just execute all our plays and just the level of intensity every single game.
Birthdays aren't canceled. Hope isn't quarantined, and love hasn't stopped. U.S. Bank thanks you for keeping all of our spirits strong. We've donated millions to those in need and are always here for our customers and employees.
For more than 65 years, Cupertino Electric has been delivering power and possibilities. With offices throughout California and project sites throughout the U.S., Cupertino Electric today builds renewable, commercial, utility, and data center projects for some of the most influential companies in the world. Beyond that, we are a people company. We build family, communities, and meaningful careers. Visit CEI.com today or connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or other social sites to see our openings and join our team.
Visit us at vcs.net.
I'm Greg Meyer, owner of Diablo Motors Auto Sales. Our service department employs the best luxury car technicians anywhere. Our honest, hardworking staff can handle all your maintenance and repair needs. We are experts in all luxury car repairs, so you can be confident we'll get the job done right. We handle everything from regular maintenance items like oil changes and brake jobs to bigger jobs like engine and transmission replacement. Why pay more at a dealership when our expert staff will do a top quality job at a fraction of the price? Come see us in San Ramon for all your service needs. Diablo Motors, the nice, honest, non-dealerish car store.
The final fall leaves tremble and hold tightly as the winter winds test their grasp. This is the Northeast San Jose home of Pinewood freshman Emily Lee. Inside, the warmth of the Lee family spreads to the youngest, 9-year-old Nathan, a boy who has the mental capacity of a 3-year-old.
I chose to do the amniocentesis because I was expecting another girl. And unfortunately, it turned out the result was something else, that Nathan has a DNA syndrome. We have 2 weeks to decide, and we chose to keep Nathan. I never regret. Just appreciate, love him, and want him to be around forever.
I really love him, but sometimes he's just kind of hard, you know? Like, when I'd have to go out to dinner and have to take care of him because he won't let me like eat, and he's always like touching and grabbing stuff, but I still take care of him, I still love him.
And because he's nonverbal, the challenge is when he's not feeling well, I'm feeling useless.
Nathan's big sister Emily is a freshman at Pinewood, splitting her time between practicing with the varsity and playing for the freshman teams. At home, Emily is part of the effort to take care of Nathan, an effort that is always hard.
Yeah, because I had to take care of him too, and it's just so stressful because one time he threw an iPad on my head. I still play around with him. It's super fun playing around with him. It's just such a fun experience being able to see how he is, and I feel lucky that I actually have him as a brother.
There are 2 persons in his life that he paid lots of respects. One is his uncle, my younger brother. The other one is Emily. When Emily says something, he always listens. He doesn't listen to me or my husband.
The time with her teammates is a nice respite for Emily away from what can be stressful times with her little brother. She hopes to use her education at Pinewood to help Nathan later on.
I'm looking forward to trying to get a really good career out of going to Pinewood and seeing what I can do for Nathan in the future.
To me, the way I look at it is by Emily doing well in school, sports, in life, that is a big help for me.
As the Pinewood JV plays its way to another win, Emily Lee is the leading scorer. In the stands, her little brother seems to enjoy the game, but you can't really know for sure. Outside, the final leaves of autumn fall to the ground. Why one leaf holds tight while another one falls, we'll never know for sure. Game number 13 for the undefeated Pinewood girls comes against a powerful Carondelet team led by University of Washington-bound 6'3" senior Allie Bamberger. Carondelet gives the Panthers the lane early, guarding them at the 3-point line. Carondelet's Erica Miller is on fire, hitting a very long first quarter 3 to put the Cougars ahead. The Panthers are not hitting their shots, but Carondelet is. Totania Motorway bounces this one in, and it's a 2-point Cougars lead.
Any problem getting shots? None, all right? We're 0 for about 9. We're gonna go 9 for 9, all right? Next one's always in.
Out of the timeout, Annika Decker scores with a tough move in the lane, and when Clara Astrom hits a 3, the Panthers retake the lead 19-17. Carondelet finishes the half strong with tough play down low. 6'1" senior Alex Brown muscling in for 2 and the foul. It's a 4-point Cougar lead at the half.
27-23, 1 of 14 from 3 in the first half. Doing a good job on offensive execution in terms of getting our shots, but when somebody's in a dead dribble, it's like, oh, I got to get open now. We have to recognize it better.
The Panthers playing all out in the second half. Caitlin Leung colliding with the Cougar for a loose ball. Carondelet continues to dominate down low. Modawar with a strong rebound and putback, and it's a 12-point Cougars lead. Bamberger passes out to Erica Miller, who hits another of her 6 threes in the game. The Panthers fighting hard to get back into the game, but the calls are not going their way.
It's called a strip. All ball.
The Cougars' hot shooting continues. Allie Bonderer for 3, and the Cougars' lead is 13 late in the third.
Last 5 possessions, 6 possessions, we got clean looks at 3, clean looks at the rim. We don't hit them. I'll live with that.
But what Coach Scheffler cannot live with is Clara Astrom fouling out of the game with 5 minutes to play.
Trapping first pass, out of the trap, look to tip it from behind.
The Panthers' trap works well, resulting in some stops and some easy lay-ins, but the Panthers run out of time. Carondelet celebrates a well-earned win, handing Pinewood its first loss of the season.
Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. All right, and this is a classic example of that saying. We don't finish well, we don't shoot well against a good team, that's what you get. And that's basketball.
Tri-Counties Bank presents a unique brand of service with solutions, a welcoming and listening style of banking with solutions that help improve your financial well-being. With easy access to over 32,000 surcharge-free ATMs, advanced mobile banking, banker support by phone 7 days a week, and an extensive community-based branch network, you're never far from a friendly face. It's easy to switch to better banking. Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions.
Why choose Invisalign over other aligners?
Are they comfortable and safe to wear?
I asked her doctor for a better alternative to braces, and he said,
only Invisalign aligners are made with SmartTrack technology.
Based on years of research, it moves teeth more comfortably and predictably than ordinary aligners. And in many cases, it works faster than braces. So I can develop a custom treatment plan that'll work for each of these smiles.
That's why Invisalign aligners have transformed millions of smiles.
Invisalign, transforming smiles, changing lives.
Birthdays aren't canceled. Hope isn't quarantined, and love hasn't stopped. U.S. Bank thanks you for keeping all of our spirits strong. We've donated millions to those in need and are always here for our customers and employees.
Clara Aistrom strives for perfection every day in everything she does. She's a captain on the Pinewood team, class president, sports a 4.4 GPA, and will attend college at Yale next year. Clara is always striving to be the best.
I guess my parents instilled it in me, but for them, they're not the ones who's always on me about school. They never talk to me about homework or tests or how things went. I just send them the report card at the end of the semester, and then we have a celebratory dinner. And that's it.
Clara moved to Silicon Valley with her family from Stockholm, Sweden when she was 7, speaking only Swedish.
I started first grade. I couldn't speak English for like 2-3 years, so I'd go to school every day in first grade, not understanding what the teacher was saying at all. So I'd sit there every day, kind of just nod my head when anyone was talking to me. But after that, I feel more American than I do Swedish, I would say.
Clara is a citizen of Sweden and played on the Swedish under-16 national team. Clara was interviewed after a big win over Finland.
We feel pretty great. Yeah. I feel like we really worked hard and it was great winning.
Clara still speaks fluent Swedish.
Vi kommer ha en jättebra säsong.
Despite having her acceptance to Yale, Clara is taking 4 AP classes her final semester of her senior year.
I think it's because it's fun. I think for me, just going to different AP classes, it's more challenging than other classes. And for me, like, even though I'm a senior, like, I still want to continue to challenge myself. And EP classes are just where it's fun, I think.
She is a little competitive, so when there's a disagreement or a difference of opinion or a difference in explanations for something, she will firmly back up her assertion.
Becoming a Yale Bulldog is the perfect fit for Clara. On the court, she is the Bulldog for the Panthers, the kind of player the other team hates. She's strong and feisty, always trying to get under her opponent's skin.
I love it. Being kind of like, oftentimes I hear that the other team doesn't like me, like they're like Pinewood and they're like, ugh, Clara, you know? And so that's what brings me joy. I mean, being kind of that like annoying person in there, just kind of like always elbowing you. Oh man, it's my favorite part of the game.
But Clara has a complete game. She's a fantastic three-point shooter, can drive and score, and of course plays great defense. Clara sees basketball as a complement to her schoolwork.
I think it mostly adds to my schoolwork since like physical activity is shown to help your brain. So I think it actually probably adds to my education.
League play continues for the Pinewood Panthers as they meet Notre Dame Belmont.
1, 2, 3.
There's little doubt the Panthers will win the game, so the goal here is to fine-tune their effort as the playoffs approach. Courtney Thompson gives Pinewood the early lead, taking the pass down low and finishing. Clara Aistrom hits an early three of what would be a big night for the senior. Caitlin Leung drives and dishes to Thompson, who nails a three of her own, and the Panthers were on their way. Anna Jump drops it off to Aistrom for another early three. Clara finishing with 22 points in the game. Here's Thompson again, this time from the top of the key. Courtney scores 14 points in the game. With a big lead, the Panthers substitute freely as everyone gets a chance to play. Aistrom continues to fire and hit in the second. She's Bernada, which is Swedish for on fire. Valsar, the 6-foot freshman, nails a corner three just before the half to give Pinewood a 34-9 lead. Jump hits a long three to extend the lead just before the half. And now with time winding down in the second quarter, the Tigers' Taylor McDonald bounces in a buzzer-beating three. But it was more of the same in the second half for Pinewood. Aistrom winding her way to the rim and scoring, plus the foul. Off the miss here, Natasha Thompson fights for the rebound and scores as the Panthers accomplish their goals for the game.
We're striving to be perfect, so we want to make sure our help defense is perfect, on-ball defense is perfect. Offensive rebounds is something we're really trying to work on, especially if we're not hitting our shots. We need to offensive rebound. So just coming in and perfecting all those elements so we can leap from here. But I'm just excited. I can't wait for CCS, for NorCal's, and for senior night. We have something special planned, the seniors. So I just can't wait for that night and to thank all our teammates and all our coaches for everything they've done for us.
It's 7 in the morning outside the Burlingame home of Pinewood assistant coach Anna Sturrett. Inside, Anna is getting her 3 children ready to start their day. Her husband is a contractor already on his way to his current job site. It's a typical day in the life of this basketball coach. 5-year-old Audrey will head off to kindergarten. 2-year-old Harper and 6-month-old Beckham will spend the day with their mom.
You know, it's hard for me to leave them, to be honest, but I know it's good for me. I really love them. I don't like being too far away from them for too long. So it's like the perfect amount of time, like 2 hours, 3 hours. I usually play with the high school kids, so it's a nice exercise for me.
Despite the busy schedule, Anna has worked out the perfect life for her and her family.
You're with your kids all day, and then practice is usually during their nap time. So it works out really nicely, and then I'm either gone later for a game and my husband can come home and watch them. So it's a nice combination.
So it's a lot of balance. I would say, you know, making sure that the kids each have their own things going on, work together well with each of us. Staying on schedule is huge for us. Making sure that they have their naps, their rest time, their meals, because it's like dive bomb after that.
But the schedule is often disrupted by unexpected child illnesses or events for the kids. So Anna is at times showing up for games or practice at the last minute.
It pains me to not be at every practice, to get there sometimes at game times, but there's only so much I can do. You know, it's like I have 3 kids, they have to get picked up from school, they have activities. I try to be there at every one of their activities. So I just try to do the best I can with it, and it's nice to have, when we started it was just Doc and I, as I was Doc's assistant, so it's nice to have more assistants to help with that.
Despite the busy days and nights with 3 children, the plan is to have a total of 5. Both Anna and her husband agree their family schedule is working right now.
I like it. It's hard for her to be away from us. I like, you know, being together as a family, but when she does go away, I love being with the kids. It's a special time for me.
You know, I think about it sometimes, but it's kind of like the best of both worlds where I get to be with my kids all day, and then I get to go do a job that is like a dream job for me. So on the days I'm tired, I kind of just reflect and think of what the alternative would be, right?
Move your feet and show that they're displacing you.
Anna feels fulfilled with her coaching. Head coach Doc Shepler gives her lots of responsibility with the team and lots of freedom to be with her family. For the kids, being at some practices and games is all part of Anna's goal to raise independent children.
Audrey's been in the gym since she was a month old, so I think it's just a home for her. She plays like an obstacle course in the workout area upstairs. They just love it there, and they love all the coaches. What we want to accomplish as coaches is building strong girls and strong women from our younger teams all the way up to high school. So I just try to apply that to my own kids.
As with any hardworking parent, having a supportive partner is key.
Absolutely, to support something that she loves, not only raising our daughters and our son to be, you know, great people, but influencing the lives of her team members and these girls all the way from second grade and on up is very important to us and near and dear to Anna's heart, so I want to support that as much as I can.
You guys have done a great job since last week of setting a tone, so let's keep that up.
Game number 22 has Woodside Priory coming out in a zone defense, daring the Panthers to hit their outside shot. Hannah Jump does just that, hitting a top of the key three. Clara Astrom was about to have a monster night as she hits from distance. But Priory stays right with the Panthers. 6'4" senior Isla Lane grabbing the rebound and hitting Annabelle North for an easy two. Coach Shepler is not happy.
Deny the high post pass to 30, not doing it, all right? Pressure on the ball, contain that girl's drive, not doing it. Offensive rebounds, not doing it.
What Pinewood is doing is hitting their three-point shots. It's senior Hannah Jump getting her second first quarter three. Dominique Robeson keeps Woodside Priory close with one of her 3 threes in the game, but Jump answers again. Hannah on fire. This another of her 8 3-point shots in the game.
All right, they might switch out of their zone now, depending upon how well they shoot. This is blowout time, okay? This is time that we create separation.
And the Panthers do create separation. Izzy Chung to jump, and Hannah hits another three. It's 34-19 Pinewood at the half. Astrom continues her monster game, driving into the defense and scoring. And then a corner three for Clara as Astrom scores 39 points in the game. Jump gets another three, and the game is all but over. The Pinewood defense continues to work hard. Caitlin Leung with the steal that leads moments later to another Jump three-pointer as Jump scores 28, and the seniors Jump and Astrom combine for 67 points as Pinewood wins its 22nd game of the season.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
Devcon Construction is #1 in the Bay Area and Silicon Valley because of trust. 95% of our business comes from repeat customers. They know the customer is our top priority. That's why Devcon was the choice for the 49ers Stadium and for the Earthquake Stadium. Devcon was also chosen when outstanding schools like Bellarmine, the Nueva School, and Mitty wanted the very best on time and on budget. Top Bay Area companies know Devcon is the best choice whether it's new construction or renovation. Devcon Construction, helping to build the best in Silicon Valley. In the locker room, you would never guess the Pinewood girls are just minutes away from the CCS semifinal playoff game.
It's not supposed to be like that, is it?
The team laughs as their head coach destroys the locker room whiteboard.
Let's go, guys!
The Panthers head to the court, but it's Valley Christian coming out with an early lead. Fallon Dexheimer hits for 3, but the Panthers get the next 17 straight points. Caitlin Leung with a fancy left-hander. Clara Astrom with a top-of-the-key 3, and the foul firing up her team. Both Astrom and Hannah Jump hit 5 threes in the game. The Panthers with 15 three-pointers in this game. Courtney Thompson gets another 3 for the Panthers. On defense, Trinity Copeland was great for Pinewood. Trinity forcing the turnover here. She had several big defensive plays early.
This is the time where it's like blowout time. All right, we got him on the rope. Don't let that timeout slow you down in your momentum.
The Panthers' momentum continues as Jump passes to Leung for a corner 3, and then Jump from the other corner, and the Panthers were on their way. When Astrom hits a 3 in the third, the game was all but done. The Panthers advancing with a 37-point win. With the win, the Panthers prepare to meet their arch-rival, Archbishop Mitty. The Panthers lost to Mitty in the CCS final game last season, but then in the NorCal final game, the last time these two teams met, the Panthers and Monarchs played in one of the best girls' basketball games of all time.
I think you hit a point where you feel the atmosphere and you take a step back and you're like, this is awesome.
It was absolutely, it was just dreamlike. It's been everything that we wanted, and then all the work we put in. We had really great, strong weeks of practices leading up to that game.
The game went back and forth all night. The Pinewood defense trying to keep Mitty's superstar, Haley Jones, in check. Jones fouls out with just over 1 minute to play in regulation. Caitlin Leung's driving layup ties the game and sends it into overtime.
As a coach, it was amazing watching our players play to their full capabilities. We've been hounding them to play at that level for the whole entire year, and for them to put on that kind of show and that play in a big environment on a big stage was awesome.
In the first OT, Clara Astrom takes the pass down low and scores. We go to a second overtime. Hannah Jump had a great game for Pinewood, hitting a clutch 3 here. Still, the game goes to a third overtime. And that's when the Panthers take control and finish the upset win in triple overtime.
To beat them in the NorCal final was honestly just everything we'd worked for all season to just come together. When we went on and we did lose in state, but getting that far was just honestly, it was just amazing.
That was the last time the teams met before Friday night when the Panthers and Monarchs were back on the court, back at Santa Clara University with the section title on the line. The tone of this game was set by the Monarchs early. Mitty out rebounding Pinewood and getting easy shots at the rim. Hunter Hernandez with the board and bucket there. Another Mitty miss leads to a Haley Jones putback, and it's 6-2 Mitty. Timeout Pinewood.
I need us to be more composed out there. I need us to do a better job of getting rebounds.
The Monarchs are running their plays to perfection. Jones gets free for another basket at the rim. The best player for Pinewood is Courtney Thompson, who hits one of her 4 threes in the game, but Mitty was hitting its shots. Ashley Hiraki with a long 3 to put Mitty up 22-9. Coach Shepler calls another timeout.
We're not being fundamentally sound. Is this how you want to perform? No, we have to turn it around right now. We're better than this.
A big play here stalls any comeback as Haley Jones dives into the lane and gets the call. Coach Shepler disagrees.
You're kidding me!
The Pinewood girls are down by 9 at the half. Hannah Jump with a twisted ankle gets taped up. Coach Shepler stays positive.
It's our half right here. Let's go. Can't play any worse. Let's go.
But the Monarchs stay hot. Olivia Williams nails an open 3 to start the half. The Panthers fighting to get back in it. A nice pass here from Annika Decker to Trinity Copeland. It's an 11-point Mitty lead. But Haley Jones was great for Mitty, weaving her way into the post for 2. And then it's Jones leaning in for another bucket in the paint, and Mitty was on its way. Haley Jones scores 26 points in the game. Courtney Thompson drives for 2 and the foul. Courtney leading the Panthers with 18 points. Then Coach Shepler gets a tee with just a few seconds left in the game.
I don't know who was worse, you or us. That's brilliant with 20, 30 seconds to go. That's freaking brilliant.
The Mitty Monarchs celebrate a 19-point win. The Panthers lose in the CCS title game for the second year in a row. The Panthers will play in NorCal's next week, hoping like last year to get another shot at the Mitty Monarchs.
You hear them cheering, you guys should be pissed. You need to play with passion. You need to play with the love that I'm not taking this. I'm not taking this as my answer. You worked your whole life for this game and for this next couple weeks. Do you understand that? So you need to be pissed and you need to turn it into something.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By Invisalign, winning smiles start here. Learn more at Invisalign.com. By Stanford Healthcare. And by the Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime broker with Sereno Group. And my husband, Charlie Wiedemeyer, and I are longtime supporters of high school sports.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine with Sereno Group Real Estate, representing Palo Alto and the surrounding communities. I'm proud to support Bay Area high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Pinewood senior captains start the NorCal playoff week with a video shoot for their 49ers Cal High Sports Report Coast Scholar Athletes of the Year Award. It's all fun and smiles, but Clara Estrom is nursing an injured foot and Hannah Jump is nursing a bad ankle.
Oh, I say it?
2 days later, there are no more laughs as the mood in the Pinewood meeting room is serious. There are no pre-game giggles tonight. The Panthers are meeting a St. Mary's of Stockton team that is much taller and bigger than the Little Panthers. St. Mary's will start with 3 players, 5'11" or taller. The Panthers will start 3 players no taller than 5'5".
And this is the typical thing. When people walk in the gym, they're going to look at that team, and what are they going to say? What the, oh my God, look at the size of those girls.
The Panthers also have their 2 stars, Hannah Jump and Clara Astrom, nursing sprained ankles, but they will play.
$9, please.
The crowd begins to arrive, including Annika Decker's mom and little sister. There will be a big crowd with a tense atmosphere, knowing this will be the final game of the season for one of these teams. The game is close for the first 2 minutes, then Pinewood takes over. The display of offensive precision is a spectacle to watch. Caitlin Leung scores, then Clara Astrom dives into the lane, beating the defense. Astrom hits a cutting Hannah Jump, who beats her defender, and the Panthers are winning the battle on the boards, with this offensive rebound leading to another jump bucket. The Panthers use their quickness to get baskets close to the rim. The 5'3" Leung has a huge game for Pinewood, exasperating the St. Mary's coach. Leung again using her quickness to score in the paint. The Panthers are playing their best half of the season, an incredible sight with the Little Panthers pouring it on against their much bigger opponent. St. Mary's adjusts to the inside play, opening up the three-point shot, and Pinewood takes advantage. Astrom nailing the three for a 31-15 second quarter lead. Then Astrom underneath with a pump fake for another easy two. Inside and out, the Panthers continue to grow their lead. Courtney Thompson continues her sharpshooting with a corner three. With time running out in the half, the Panthers on the break. Thompson hits Leung, capping off an amazing half with Pinewood leading 42-19.
You've sliced and diced them up, all right? The back doors, perfect. The trap handling, perfect. Stay aggressive, all right? Take them out of the game now, all right? 1, 2, 3.
Much of the same in the third. Hannah Jump hits 2 early third quarter threes to extend the lead to 25. Clara Astrom drives hard to the basket, the Panthers maintaining a lead of around 25 points throughout the second half. Courtney Thompson's three early in the fourth gives Pinewood a 61-38 lead, but moments later, Annika Decker rolls her left ankle, fighting for a loose ball. Annika leaves the game as the third Panthers starter to suffer a sprained ankle this week. Meantime, the Panthers finish off the win, Caitlin Leung finishing with a career-high 23 points. It's now Decker's turn to recover quickly in time for the next game in just 3 days. Annika consoles her little sister, sad to see her big sister in pain. All in all, an emotional win for Pinewood.
Congratulate yourself. Enjoy the moment. Know that that will never be better than that.
The Panthers travel back to Concord seeking revenge against the team that beat them in January. At Carondelet, it's a taping clinic. Annika Decker will play despite her sprained ankle just 3 days ago. Pinewood sending lots of fans to make their girls feel at home. The Panthers set the tone early with stingy defense and this Caitlin Leung three. Clara Estrom and her teammates used their quickness to lose defenders and dash to the basket all night long. Hannah Jump comes up with a step-back three for the Pinewood Panthers. Hannah Jump with a big game on both sides of the ball for Pinewood. Carondelet keeping it tight as Annie Bonderer nails the three there. It was a close game throughout the first. Time winding down in the first, Astrom for three, beating the buzzer and giving her team a 4-point lead after one. Annika Decker getting praise for her courageous performance.
All right, you're doing a great job. It's great to have you playing. It's awesome. Defensively, you're doing a great job. You know their stuff. Now we take it from here.
Second quarter, and again, the Panthers' quickness just too much for the bigger defenders. Leung lays it in here. Then Leung again, and the foul, and the Panthers build a 10-point lead. In the third, the Panthers go to Astrom time and again, and Clara just blows by her defender for two, and they stay with it. Astrom once again, it's 35-24 Pinewood late in the third, and the Pinewood fans are sensing a win. Look here as Leung driving against two bigger defenders and a reverse lay-in. That's a great play. And when Courtney Thompson hits a corner three, the Panthers can smile and let the celebration begin as Pinewood wins it 51-39. They give some love to their big fan section. The Panthers to face Salesian in the title game next week. Just moments after the Pinewood NorCal semifinal win, the girls find out who they will play in the semifinal game. Instead of a rematch of last season's triple overtime game with Mitty, the Panthers avoid a trip to the hostile Mitty gym. Instead, the Panthers host Salesian here at Gunn High School, just up the street from the Pinewood campus. Salesian features NCS Player of the Year, 6'5" USC-bound senior Angel Jackson. The team is calm and confident in the locker room before the game.
They're just coming over the greatest win in the history of their program, right? The next game after that greatest win, they're going to play a better team and a more difficult team for them to play. They have the matchup to play Mitty. They have the personnel to do that. They don't have the personnel to beat you. Have a blast. Here we go. We're right there behind you. 1, 2, 3, compete.
The Panthers will enjoy a huge home court crowd, including Coach Anna Sterrett's 3 children, all the parents, and a crowd of excited Pinewood students. But the advantage at the start of the game goes to Salesian. The Pride scores the first 7 points of the game, Angel Galbraith hitting for 3 here. Clara Astrom misses her first 3 shots of the game, but as Doc says, next one's in. Astrom hits from the corner, she finds her mark and never stops. Another long 3 for Clara, and the Salesian lead is cut to just 2. The game is tight throughout the first half. Annika Decker on that bad ankle drives and scoops it home. Astrom is on fire with her 4th 3-pointer of the first half. Courtney Thompson then slices to the rack for the Pinewood Panthers, using her body to protect her shot from the defender, and it's a 1-point Pinewood lead. Hannah Jump does a great job keeping Jackson in check and scores when the Panthers need her most. Caitlin Leung hits a 3 just before the half, and the Panthers battle to a 1-point halftime lead.
Isn't that fun? I mean, it's just the best. It's the best. We have taken their best shot. Who's up 1.5? We are. So great job.
The Panthers missed their first 5 shots to start the second half, but good defense keeps them close. Astrom drives and scores to tie the game at 32.
Bang! Bang!
The Astrom 3 puts Pinewood up by 3. Astrom, out of her mind, nails another open 3-pointer, and Pinewood has a 6-point lead.
This stop right here is crucial. This is it right here.
The Panthers get the stop as Courtney Thompson takes the charge for the 2nd time in the game. The Panthers extend their lead as Astrom uses the space to streak past the defender, spinning into the lane for 2. It's 40-32 Pinewood, and now the Pinewood fans are starting to feel it. Caitlin Leung with a 3-pointer to give Pinewood an 8-point lead. Timeout Salesian.
So look, we're up 8, 4.5 to go. It's our game to win. Shave the clock down, get a good shot.
Hannah Jump hits a clutch 3 to seal the game, a hard-fought battle against a very good team. The Panthers go 13 for 15 from the free throw line and close out the game, winning by 15. From there, it's celebration time with smiles from the bench, lots of hugs as the starters come out early, and then anticipation as the game comes to an end. In the locker room after the game, accolades for Annika Decker with a gutsy performance on that bad ankle.
We don't win unless you're our point guard tonight. We don't win.
The Queen of Holland, Clara Astrom, is honored for not committing a foul in the game. She also had 27 points on 7 3-pointers.
Victory lap.
I mean, going to state, that's a dream. That's what we work for all season. And going back there again, we know what it's like. We know what to expect. And so hopefully there'll be a different outcome this year.
So the Pinewood girls advance to the final game in Sacramento. All the long hours at practice, all the hard work on the court and in the classroom, leading to this one game. The sacrifices of a loving sister helping her special needs brother, a coaching mom splitting her time with a family at home and a family on the court, loving parents opening their homes so these players can rest and have a good meal before a big game. And the injuries, Una Jovanovic tearing her ACL just 7 games into the season. Other teammates playing through pain, all for the ultimate goal of playing in the state title game. The state title weekend begins with a Friday bus ride to Sacramento. The team will practice how to beat their opponents' tendencies in the afternoon. Later, it's dinner at a nearby restaurant and time to relax and enjoy their teammates.
Fans, parents, student athletes, coaches, and officials, welcome to the 2019 CIF State Basketball Championship.
On game day, the players arrive at the arena 2.5 hours before the game. The bus drops off the players and coaches at the loading dock as the team gets a look at the arena where they lost in the title game last season and now have a chance at redemption.
This has been a great, great time for us. So we had a great couple of days, and now it's time to get to work.
The team waits for the boys champions in the previous game to leave the court, then the Panthers run on. The state final game is finally here. The team is relaxed and confident, playing very well during its NorCal playoff run. The game begins and Annika Decker drives to the basket to give Pinewood a 4-2 lead. But Sierra Canyon is hot from the start. Vanessa De Jesus hits a top-of-the-key 3 as the Trailblazers take the lead. The Blazers extend their lead as Ashley Chevalier drives and scores. The Panthers keep it close as Decker tosses down low to a cutting Caitlin Leung. The teams battle back and forth, but the Panthers fall further behind as the loose ball goes out to De Jesus for another 3. Pinewood trails by 4 after 1. In the second, Astrom races past her defender for 2, but the Blazers would lead by 6 at the half. After this Amanda Ollinger 3, down by 6, the coaches are still optimistic.
When you get a drive, it might not work. That's okay. You bring the ball back out, you move it to the other side, and then somebody's broken down the defense once again.
The Blazers go on a 9-0 run to extend their lead to 15 points to start the third quarter. Pinewood cuts the lead to 10 at the end of 3 as Courtney Thompson hits to beat the buzzer. But the Blazers extend the lead from there as the red-hot Blazers hit 10 threes in the game. The Panthers, realizing their dream of winning a state title this season is coming to an end. The final buzzer sounds as the Blazers celebrate and the Panthers look on, stunned by the defeat.
We have established a standard of excellence here in our program that all of us coaches are really proud of. And our seniors came in this year with a goal in their mind is getting back to this game and getting back to this game and winning this game. And we didn't achieve that goal. And who you are as people is something that I'll never forget. To see you walk away today with a loss is heartbreaking for me because you did everything beyond the call of duty to be great seniors, great teammates, and great athletes.
We loved you guys so much. We just know that next year is another opportunity to get back here and have a different outcome. We all know you guys can do it. You guys are amazing players and people, and we love you, and just know that next year is just another opportunity for you guys to just get better and grow as a team.
I don't know. It's hard for me to talk when I'm so pissed. And I don't know. I really wanted this, and it's hard to go home now. But I just love all you guys so much. And coming to practice everything.
We're going to be your friends for life. We'll always be your friend. We'll always love you. And that's the main thing of why you play sports.
That's 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Join us next week when we spend the season with the De La Salle football team from 2015. We'll see you then.